Hi guys, this is the first video on the new features of Grand Designer 1.2. I will first have a look at all the new stuff that you can find in the interface. So one of the new things is the way you can move around. So if you go to Edit Options, in the Customize tab, you will see there's a new mode here, Default No Click. So that means that you can move around the planet without having to click on it exactly. So you see you have the click on it over here. If it's unchecked, that means you don't have to click on the planet to move it. So now I have the left and right mouse button just to rotate and pan the planet. To rotate the background, it's Alt left mouse. So this is the default settings, and now you can basically move the planet like before, or if you click on the side of the planet, it's also working. If you want to move the background, click just Alt and it will work. So I find this much more convenient. This is now my default settings. Also, there's new feature that is quite hidden. It's the accuracy of the sliders. So you have the regular slider. If you just drag and you see, oh, it's working, you know it. Now if you click Shift and drag, you will see that the slider will move much slower, and so it's more accurate. If you press Control, it's even slower, so it's even more accurate. And if you press Shift and Control, it's super slow and super accurate. So basically with Shift it's 10 times more accurate, Control 100, and Shift and Control 1000. You can also now enter out of range value. So for instance, here the translation, I can go from -10 to 10, but if I select the text here and type let's say 50, then it's working, and the range is updated. So you can do that for every sliders, every values, but if there's a range defined for those values, it probably means that you should not go too far out of range, but you can experiment, you can see if it's working, if it's doing what you want, and no, you are not limited by this hard-coded limits. A new big feature of this update is the way that the color ramps are handled and are editable. So if I go to relief and select the mountains color over here, you see that you have now a color ramp that is 3 points in like before, but you can add new ones. You can move the position of the points on the slide here, on the slider here. And of course you can have presets and everything. So I will first make a relief that is using the whole color range like this. Okay, so now if I just edit my color ramps and let's say put yellow here, add some new stuff over here and over here, so you see that I can clearly edit whatever I want as color ramp. I can select and move the keys and move them on the whole horizontal range. So you can have lots of keys for very accurate changes. For instance, if you want to make, let's say here I will make maybe some bluish stuff, I can edit that. So over here, and let's say I want to add a new key here, no problem, like this. You can also change the interpolation between the colors. By default it's a linear interpolation, but you can change that to have something more sharp. It's really up to you. It was already there before, but now it's more powerful as you can have lots of different control points. You can also just select one of the key and just delete it if you don't want it. You can also select all the keys and let's say have everything more red or less red, like before, or change the hue. Well, really whatever you want. You can flip the ramp easily, and you can also call the preset here. So you can just let's say use this one to see rainbow-like coloring of the planet. So it's very powerful. You can use that for every color ramp in the whole tab set, and so it really adds a new feature, a new opportunity to have richer planets that you create. There's also that new feature that is quite interesting as beginner, but also when you want to quickly prototype. It's the model presets. So clicking in the models here, you can select one of the presets over here, and you directly have the result visible on the planet. So it's pretty quick to just experiment with different kind of noises, and just click once and you're there, and it's working for every noise, so in relief, details, etc, etc. So let's go into more specific stuff. For instance, in the noise now, the noise type is split in two sliders. So the first one is the way of combining the different octaves of the noise, and the second one is the noise type. So you have Berlin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Voronoi, flat Voronoi, and a regular Voronoi. So you have all those types, and you can change the way they are combined to have different different look on your noise. You can you have also some combination that are working only with certain type of noise. For instance, turbulence is working with Berlin 1 and 2, and the other are not available. But just experiment and you will see you will have lots of possibilities over here. There's also some new stuff like the distortion roughness. So if you add some distortion, you can change the frequency of the distortion. Pretty useful too. And also the ramp has been split in two. You have now the blending ramp that is only working for some noises, like let's say the exponential, and the Voronoi ramp working only on Voronoi noise, of course.